Hi, Polina.
Hi, Anna.
So, we ask parents to send in questions about their children's behaviors, hitting, tantrums, picky eating, speech delay, language issues. So, one of the questions we got was this: what do I do when my 3-year-old is having a public tantrum? Oh, I have a 3.5-year-old, I know that all too well. I feel like crying and nothing is working.
So, of course, it depends on where the tantrum is. If it's in the supermarket, if it's on the playground, and if you have the time to manage it. So, let's say that you do. Let's say that you're not in a rush anywhere and you have the time to manage that tantrum. The first thing I would say was to kind of stay away from empty threats, to stay away from telling the child that he or she is going to be punished and things are going to get taken away. Because when the child is in that meltdown stage, not only are they not hearing you, they're not processing anything that's coming in. So it's kind of like the eye of the storm, where you have to let it pass. And if we're concerned about safety, let's say if it's in the middle of a supermarket aisle and you're concerned about safety and other people, you would want to, of course, remove your child from that situation, so that just for safety purposes, so that he or she doesn't start throwing themselves and potentially get hurt and hit their head on the floor or bump into a supermarket shelf. So you remove, and you would have to, even if it's a full cart of groceries, you would have to leave it in the aisle. You would just pick up the child again with like no explanation. It's just, okay, it's time to go. Pick up the child, you walk outside, you put them in the car, but then you wait with them.
Okay.
You wait in the car with them. You could sit in the back seat with them. It's fine because you don't want their back facing to them. You could sit in that back seat and just, you sit there and you honestly just wait it out, but quietly. And if there are moments where you can also say, okay, yep, I understand. It's really frustrating.
Okay.
Yep, I'm here. That must be really hard. And you sit there, and it might take 20 minutes to pass. It might take 30 minutes to pass. But if you take this kind of strategy and this kind of approach, it will slowly get better.
Someone mentioned that bribing kids in the moment of a tantrum is a good strategy. What would you say to that?
I feel like a bribe is also in the realm of an empty threat, because then you're getting into you're forming a habit. And then what happens, and when parents come to me, is then they ask me, how do I stop this? And I listen to the story and I go, oh, it's a habit. And we, even as adults, we've all formed habits. And then it's about changing the habit. And if the habit is really fully ingrained, then it becomes that much more challenging to change the habit.
Thank you for visiting our YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. And if you have questions for any of our experts, we want to know. Leave a comment or send us an email. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.